And not only do I love Rebecca Wood, who you're going to meet in just a few moments, but Luminara is a name that we love within the flameless candle category. They are really the leaders, they're the pioneers, they're the people that we look to for perfection in terms of that realistic flame, without any of the soot, without any of the hardship, without any of the worries. But this is in final quantities. It is our smart deal at $19.95. It's on a 4 flex pay of $4.99, interest-free payments, of course, and then that extended holiday return policy, 089630. And then all you do is you pick your color. We have the blue, we have the ivory. Of course, we've got that beautiful red, that cardinal red. And then, of course, we also have the dove in that beautiful, are we calling it white in the system? Oh, we're just calling it the dove in the system. So it is your choice. I would not separate the flock. Definitely, they all have wonderful reasons to celebrate. But of course, I always celebrate when I see Rebecca Wood on my flow sheet. Rebecca, it's so good to have you in my show. I know you get the remote control, you get the realism, you get that warmth without the worry. These have been so popular today, though. And I love that Luminara combined their technology with these beautiful sculpted designs. Gosh, this is a home run for sure.
I love how you just described it as a sculpted design, because that is absolutely 100% correct. They're all hand poured. These are true artisanal candles, but when you see it, it looks like a sculpture, down to the little tail feathers, all the way up to the tuft on the top, to the big, I love this big breast that we have here and the puffy cheeks. It captures the birds' personalities perfectly every single time. And you know, I was telling you earlier today, my favorite thing about this is to go and read the reviews and see how all of these birds have seemed to have people remember their loved ones who have passed. And I know that does this for me. I've read about moms and daughters, husbands and wives. For me, this cardinal reminds me of my dad, who passed around Christmas about 5 years ago. He was the Santa Claus in our family. So to have this cardinal, which has always reminded me of him since his passing, have this in each of my Christmases to come for years and years, really was a joy for me, was a gift for me. But whether you choose the beautiful, stoic cardinal or this just joyful, I would say calm, serene, peaceful dove, which is really the bird of the season, isn't it, Shannon? And it's pearlized, so I love that little touch you get there. To the fun and curious and just whimsy bluebird that I have here. I know you can pick it up in ivory if you'd like to as well, but the details behind this, plus as you said, that Luminara technology, which is that electromagnetic technology. Do you see how it flickers and it sways? It looks real, doesn't it?
It really does. Hey, Rebecca, this is no surprise. A lot of people, certainly the holidays are wonderful in terms of celebration, but they're also remembrance for a lot of us. And as we've seen all day, that cardinal is now in final and sellout quantity. If that is in remembrance, if that puts a smile on your face, you know, whether it's someone that you've lost or someone that you just can't be with physically this year, just based on quote unquote the new normal, I definitely recommend that. You might want to consider getting more than one, especially when it comes to birds. Well, I know it's not a lovebird, but that dove, you have to have a pair of those. I would definitely recommend getting more than one of those. And then on the blue or the ivory, same thing. If you are looking at this as a way to really rock your holiday displays, Rebecca, one thing I will say about this though, especially on the ivory or the blue, and truthfully, even on that dove, this is something I probably would keep out 12 months out of the year, depending on how you're displaying or using it in your home. I love candles. You know, Luminara was like, I feel like they're made for me, because I am the person who forgets to blow out that candle. And even though I'm like literally right on top of this, it's so funny. Whenever I air something from you, I almost instinctively pull my hand away, because that flame does look so real, doesn't it?
It's so funny because it happens all of the time. People want to come up and touch it because they can't believe it. It's that patented electromagnetic technology. What it does is it moves and sways and dances that wick, but the light inside the candle right here, as you can see here, it illuminates the wick. So it's not just a lit wick that looks fake like all the rest. It actually looks like a dancing flame. So that's what I love about it. But the fact that you have that remote with a 5-hour timer on the candle, 5 hours off, 19 hours on, or I should say 5 hours on, 19 hours off, or 4, 6, 8, and 10-hour timer on the remote. And the best part is on and off. So you can see I have mine set up in a couple different scenarios here. I've got this for a perfect little dove. Oh, and guess what, Shannon? They are indestructible. Look at that. They can fall over. These are all Luminara candles, and you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. But I don't have to touch any of these and disrupt the centerpiece because I can turn them off and on just like that.
I love that. Can you imagine though, if you had that mishap, and trust me, I have. I still have furniture with wax on it that I can't figure out how to get off, or then God forbid, it kind of destroys this beautiful design where the wax kind of warps, as I keep calling it, this sculpted design, where you can really even see the texturing of the feathers. In fact, on the cardinal in particular, and it's probably because it's red, you can really see that. You can almost see like the modeling, the texture and the three-dimensional depth of, they almost look like real feathers in a way. So Kevin, I'm sorry, you said there are only 1,500 of these available. Okay, the cardinals, we have a little over 1,000. So basically, I believe this is probably gonna be your last airing of the cardinal. So if you, and that with over 5,000 brought in, to say we have the last 1,000, I absolutely would not wait. And especially if you are sending it across the miles to someone who may have lost someone this year. If it is a winter wedding, maybe that wedding ceremony looks a little different this year, whether you planned it or not. I have friends who got married in December around Christmas time, and they had this candlelit ceremony. And obviously people are doing Zoom weddings now, and nothing says that better or celebrates it better than, say, a dove. So definitely get a pair of the doves if you're doing that dove, the white or the ivory. And Rebecca, what beautiful display ideas you have.
Oh, I love it. It was so easy, especially for this. I don't know if you saw this, but our new little rescue pup we just got 2 days ago, Kit Kat here, was smelling the candles and her little tail was wagging. I didn't have to worry a thing about it, because there's no messy wax. Let's try that again. There's no flame that I have to worry that's gonna hurt her. She's safe. That's what I love about Luminara candles. They look so real. You can enjoy them. They're not gonna melt away. And they're so easy to display because, as you can see here, we just have a grapevine wreath that I just simply placed it right in there. It looks like a little nest. You can put the dove here. I love it with the blue and white, perfect for Hanukkah as well. And then, as you said, that bluebird though, that can be up easily all year long into spring and summer, and it will add the perfect touch to all of your decor.
It will indeed. Okay, let me see what voice I end up with here.
Voice is ready to
Okay.
Okay, Rebecca, thank you. Oh, I'll do the normal voice. Rebecca Wood is leaving the building until next hour.
Yes, I'll be back.
Thank you, Rebecca. Nice to have
Thank
you
you,
here.
honey.
I'll see you next
Thank
hour
you.
for sure. Okay, now let's see which little voice I end up with. The man, the myth, the legend that is Chad Allen. Hi, Chad.